What if I told you that OnePlus might be making a move that seems like a step backward, but could actually turn into a win for iPhone users? Reports suggest that OnePlus is testing a 165Hz refresh rate display for its future phones, possibly starting with the OnePlus 15 expected in October this year. On paper, that sounds like an exciting upgrade. After all, a refresh rate is how many times your screen updates every second, and higher numbers usually mean smoother scrolling, swiping, and gaming. But here's the thing, the jump from the already common 120Hz to 165Hz is something most people will barely notice in daily use. Social media browsing, texting, or watching videos will feel almost the same, and even many gamers won't see a dramatic improvement unless they play specific titles optimized for such high refresh rates. Add to that the fact that Oxygeno's OnePlus software has had issues with adaptive refresh rate management, meaning the phone doesn't always switch to the higher rate when it should, and you start to see why this might not be the game changer it sounds like. There's also the downside of battery drain. Pushing a display to refresh 165 times per second uses more power, and if the phone's battery and software aren't tuned properly, users could find themselves charging more often during the day. That makes the feature more of a flashy spec sheet number than a practical benefit for the average user. However, there's another side to this. If OnePlus makes 165Hz display standard on its flagship models, it could pressure other brands, especially Apple, to rethink their own refresh rates. As of now, Apple still limits many of its base iPhones, like the iPhone 16 and iPhone 16 Plus, to just 60Hz, which feels noticeably less smooth compared to 120Hz screens. If Android brands raise the bar even higher, Apple might be forced to respond, perhaps bumping future models like the rumored iPhone 17e to 90Hz or the iPhone 17 to 120Hz. That would be a big win for iPhone users who have been waiting for smoother screens without paying for the Pro models. Still, it's fair to ask whether a 165Hz refresh rate is truly necessary in 2026 flagship phones. For most of us, bigger batteries measured in higher mAh mAh capacities, better cameras with larger megapixels MP and brighter lenses, and smarter AI assistants that don't freeze on basic tasks would be more valuable upgrades. That's not to say 165Hz doesn't have its place in the world of dedicated gaming phones. It can be a real advantage. Competitive gamers will appreciate the reduced motion blur, quicker response times, and ultra-smooth animations in games designed for it. In that niche, the improvement is tangible and can even influence performance. But for the average user, 120Hz is already excellent, and the extra refresh rate will mostly be a bragging point rather than a daily benefit. So, while OnePlus may be progressing in reverse by focusing on a spec many don't need, this move could end up indirectly helping millions of iPhone users by nudging Apple toward higher refresh rates in more models. Whether you see this as a smart step or just another marketing stunt, it's a reminder that competition between brands often brings unexpected wins for consumers. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more simple, clear, and fact-filled tech updates, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel.